Welcome to Influential Entrepreneurs, bringing you interviews with elite business leaders and experts, sharing tips and strategies for elevating your business to the next level. Here's your host, Mike Saunders.
Well, hello and welcome to this episode of Influential Entrepreneurs. This is Mike Saunders, the Authority Positioning Coach. Today we have with us Daniel Pope, who is the Chief Storyteller of Be Known. Daniel, welcome to the program.
Hey, Mike, thanks for having me. Man, I'm so glad to be here.
You are welcome, and I'm looking forward to talking with you because there's two aspects of your title that I really like. Because Chief Storyteller, love that because we want to tell stories. We want people to understand about our brand rather than just facts and figures. And then Be Known. People need to get known out there so that you can rise up from the competition. So before we jump into a bunch of our questions, tell us a little bit about your background and then what led you to start your company.
Yeah, well, as Chief Storyteller, I could start at the very beginning in 1995 when I was born, but we're going to fast forward a little bit. So I've always been driven, and I always knew that I wanted to be a business owner. And there wasn't ever a pivotal point when it was like, man, that's it. I'm going to start my business. I was always working to get to that point. At the end of senior year of college, I started my business. I was doing actually Instagram posting for different influencers and really realized, wait a second, this isn't directly making them money. So I switched gears and focused on direct response marketing and really honed what we do. And we'll get into this later in the sense of get attention, build systems, and follow up consistently. So since then, I'm on a mission to impact 1 million people before I'm 30. That's in the next 5 years, and we're well on our way.
That's awesome. And I love that we're on a mission because when you can engage your tribe, like Seth Godin calls his target audience his tribe, when you can engage that tribe with a cause or a mission or, let's make this happen. You create that vision and that, kind of end result. And then I think that people get way more engaged. Is that something that you have noticed then in your work that people go, oh yeah, you sell widgets or you do this service, but wow, I want to come alongside you to, help you accomplish whatever that is.
Well, that's a great question because in my opinion, a lot of what we do is starting to become commoditized, almost like, hey, I'm gonna build your funnel. And I'm a big student of Jay Abraham, and I'm sure you're very familiar with him on preeminence and everything.
Yeah.
But when I start talking about the mission to positively impact 1 million people, or what I call exponential impact, because we work with those people who help others, so it's at scale, then really it's funny you ask because it gets the team members, the contractors, the people that work with me and for me, it gets them going more than it does the clients sometimes. And it's really a cool effect to see because my job as, running the ship is to go out and find the best people. And I use that as a weapon in my tool belt there to really find the best people who can rally behind that mission. So it sure does have a great effect on that.
Well, it's interesting you use the word exponentially because it made me think of something that I say all the time when I do presentations. And if I'm doing live presentations or even, Zoom and go, hey, put in the chat or raise your hand if you want your business to have happy customers. And people are like, yeah, happy. And I'm like, no, you don't want happy customers. You want raving fans because a happy customer is like, yeah, I'm satisfied. That's cool. But a raving fan, they're like almost going out on the side of the road with the sandwich board going, call Daniel. And that's what we want. So it's not just impact, but exponentially impact because it kind of gives you that ripple effect, that butterfly effect in your mind mentally.
Mike, one thing I want to add to that, I am a big proponent of not calling customers or buyers customers, calling them clients.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the loyalty ladder. And so I want to always think of the people that buy from me as clients. And I suggest that any of my clients think of their buyers, even if they're just customers, as clients, because it raises that level of, hey, you're a part of something bigger, that tribe, that family. I call it the Be Known family. Other people call it their tribe, their group, their insert that term here.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely.
Okay. So when you work with an entrepreneur, What are you
Mhm.
doing with them and for them? Because I know that there are commonalities of helping online businesses scale. What are you
Yeah.
finding some of those commonalities are, and what are you exactly doing to help them scale?
Oh man, yes, I love talking about this. All right, so we specifically work with online businesses, narrowed down into those people who sell courses, coaching programs, mentorship, information products, if you will. And I think of it as patterns of success. And there's levels to it. I'm actually working on a 10-stage chart that will chart out the journey of an online business from $0 per month to $10 million plus per year. But the first thing that I see, the pattern of success, is have they clarified their audience? Have they clarified their message, their positioning, their angle? How are they speaking to one instead of I want to sell to everyone? Well, you'll sell to no one. Sorry, buddy. And really, after that, it comes down to do they understand their numbers? And I'm glad you're asking this because I actually just finished up a campaign. I wrote a 45-page workbook for a campaign we're doing here in a few weeks called the System Boot Camp. But not to get too off track there, when we're working with people, what we're doing, it goes back to what I said earlier, we're getting them qualified attention at scale. We know that attention is just eyeballs, clicks, visitors. I like to call it attention. It's a little sexier than traffic. But what we're doing is we're pushing attention to a system. And so attention, that comes in the form of Facebook ads, affiliate marketing. You could put a billboard up on the side of the street. That would get attention. I don't know how effective it would be, but we don't play in that realm. But then it goes to a system. And a system is just a term for anything that converts someone to do something. And a lot of people call it a sales funnel. I like system better. It sounds fun.
Hey, do you know the acronym for the letters in the word system?
Uh-oh, Mike, you were speaking my language. Let's see if we have the same one. System stands for saves you stress, time, energy, and money.
Yep.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Yep. You just, I mean, I love quotes. I love the acronyms and kind of like, how about let's do another pop quiz for you. How about fear?
Oh my goodness. I have heard this one before.
So I'm just afraid. I'm just afraid my business isn't going to work. You're telling me about selling my courses. I'm just afraid. Hey, listen, fear really is just false expectations appearing real.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I really love that. But so systems is so important because in reality, in business, a franchise is a system of success. So when you buy into a franchise, you follow the system, the blueprint, the rule, and typically it's going to output the success you want. Well, if you have a system for your entrepreneurs on their online ventures, now you follow that blueprint checklist, and it should output the results that you want.
Yes, for sure. And with that being said, a system, we're building out the sales funnels, we're implementing the marketing systems, and then we're following up consistently through email marketing. So technically speaking, what we do for our online business, our wonderful clients, we're running their ads. We're helping them develop great strategic partnerships or affiliates. We're building the marketing systems through sales funnel building sites. You all know the different ones. And then we're doing email and text message marketing. And really the biggest goal is we're going to get you to your first or next $1 million in 18 months or less. And we work with people who, man, they're lost in the sauce. They've been burned over and over by freelancers and quote unquote marketers who have just done a lackluster job. And so they're spinning their wheels. And these people, they make a couple thousand a month, but they sure don't know how to get to 25, 50, 75, $100,000 a month.
Well, and they don't know who to trust because all of the other shiny objects online or social media sound so good. They know how to, copywriting, and it sounds great. And it's like, if those people would just marry the great copywriting they have with great results in customer service and deliverables, they'd be rocking and rolling. But you hear that story so many times. Man, I got taken again by that thing that looks so great. And it only, in fact, I saw one just the other day. I think the person said, I just paid $5,000 and all I get is access to a Facebook group. Wow. You're going to learn how to blah, 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 whatever it was, you're going to learn this. And it's like, okay, welcome aboard. After your orientation phone call, here's your Facebook group login. And it's like, ask away and learn. What? It's goodness. Unbelievable. But you know what? Those things happen. And I have done a presentation and I've got it on a PowerPoint that I use. I was making the point that when you're looking for someone to help you in whatever line of work, you might be an attorney, a chiropractor, you might be a course creator, your prospects need to see you as authoritative, like an expert, like a celebrity, trustworthy. And I said, you need to build that persona, that personal brand, so that at first glance they go, ooh, I'm going to at least look a little bit further. I'm not going to, with a glazed over eyes, hand you my money but just because you have whatever. But you need to have that first impression, and that looks good. And so I put up this PowerPoint slide, and I said, this is literally from my Facebook feed recently, and I put up this picture of this guy and I have no clue who he was, but it had this ad that said, I can help you scale your business to 7 figures and beyond. And it was this guy that probably was 22. He was wearing a tank top. He was out, sitting in front of, like the beach and the waves. And I'm going, what about this, picture in this ad makes you think, oh, I must call him because he can help me scale my... I think that there's so many people that you need to go, hold on, let's have a little bit of meat to this offer, so that then when it looks good and then it sounds good and then you experience it, it's like it all came together, and man, I made a good decision. So what do you teach your clients on how they can accomplish, describing their course or their product and then delivering on it?
Yeah. And so really, I like to say that coaching or consulting is simply a byproduct of what we do. To clarify that, we're completely done for you. So at our top level service, we actually don't have any sort of courses or coaching or consulting. I almost think about it like, we're selling high tickets. I think about it like if you go to Boeing, the airplane company, you're not looking for a model airplane. You're not looking for a little book on how to fly an airplane. You're looking for an airplane.
Yeah.
And so what we teach in the very beginning is we're really teaching them business fundamentals. They already understand how to be a decent or great content marketer, right? They built up an audience. They might have stumbled into it, but they understand what it takes to build up that audience. So we don't necessarily have to teach them to clarify it, but what we're teaching them are the fundamentals. Hey, you can break even because everything is profit on the back end. Hey, it's okay to not really understand what it takes just yet to build a 7-figure business because you've never done it before. Hey, it's okay to poke around in QuickBooks. And so with that, what we're training on are simply the fundamentals, what I call foundations for the future. But when somebody comes in a little bit younger on their journey, I like to call it, then I'm saying, look, you got to clarify, spend some time. And the best way I help them to do that is I tell them to go camping, glamping. Yeah. Go rent an Airbnb cabin away from, wife, husband, kids, spend some time, take a journal. And there's a couple books that I really recommend. One is The One Thing by Gary Keller. Another is .com Secrets, and then Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson.
Yep.
And just take some time. Those aren't the most advanced marketing books out there, but they're the basics because they need to know the basics. So that's a long-winded way of really answering that question of, what am I helping them with?
Yeah, I'll give you another book recommendation for you. And when you make that recommendation to your clients, have you ever read Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller?
I sure have. And that's
a wonderful one.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people feel like, oh, story, so it needs to be once upon a time. No, it's having people understand the vision of your company through the mechanisms of, the hero's journey is really what it is. But one of the big things that I pulled from that book is when you confuse, you lose. And so we must have that message to market dialed in so well that people just get it. like that USP, that tagline, that, or elevator pitch. It needs to be so clear that they go, ooh, well, how do you do that? Whereas a lot of people feel like, oh, well, and then they just blah for like 3 minutes and they expect people to just get, they need these bite-sized morsels. So yeah, building story brand, really, really awesome. So that's really good that you've got on your book list there. So I love that.
Yeah,
I'm a big book reader. So let's kind of wrap up with what do you feel like would be some of the major points that when you start working with a new client that you're bringing to them? You mentioned the done for you, so that's a big competitive advantage. Is there anything else that your clients tell you, okay, this really stood out to me, and hallelujah that you came along, because it's not what I've been seeing out there before?
Mike, here's the nuclear bomb. If a client comes in and if they're qualified, if they have a decent sized audience, if they have some sort of established email list, if they're already making some money, right? Their offers are validated. We work on a profit share, a performance basis. We simply take a percentage of what we grow. And we're not locked into any sort of retainer, flat rate contract, I got to pay $40,000 over 3 months to these contractors. No, we're so confident in what we do that we just take a percentage of what we grow. Now, on the flip side, the client does have to be qualified, because we're quite literally investing our time, energy, and team into their business, all in the hopes that we'll grow them. So it's a really neat thing. And I've spent the past 4 years now perfecting this model. I have not found any others niche down to where we are that operate in this model. I'm sure there are some others out there, but to the caliber and capacity and what we do, I haven't found any. And I'm very proud of the system that I've created internally. But yeah, we work on a profit share. We have a weekly call every single week, whether they show up or not. They do show up normally, and we're advising them, we're guiding them. And so if they say, I need an assistant, what do I do? Do you provide that? I say, don't worry. I will go out and source some. I'll even interview some for you, but we don't provide that. That's under your wing. But we're going to guide you to the table. Yeah.
And you used a really powerful word there, guide, because as in the book, Building Story Brand, they teach, Daniel Pope's not the hero of this story. No. Your client is the hero. You're the guide, and you're Obi-Wan Kenobi teaching Luke Skywalker how to be the hero, right? So my ears perk up when I hear guide, and I've not analyzed your website to assess this, but I see this so many times where people's website go, we're the best at this and I can help you, and we and I and it's like, hey, hold up, a lot of times people want to feel like, have you ever struggled with and you really know that you've got something in your head that you want to get that course out, that it's been frustrating, and you're speaking to them and with them. So I love that concept of guide, and boy, 2 nuclear bombs done for you and results in advance and profit share. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. I love it, love it, love it. So what's the best way that someone can reach out and connect with you and learn more about what you offer?
Yeah, for sure. So I like to be very meta here. One of my core 4 pillars is transparency. I founded Be Known on transparency, honesty, ethics, and impact. So I'm going to be meta. If you go to beknowntoday.com, that is BEKNOWN today.com, you're going to see a video. It's going to quite literally just tell you everything that we do, who we work with, how we work with them, and then you'll see a spot to book a call. Yes, you're entering into our call booking funnel. No,
yeah. Oh, darn, you might get a follow-up email, but guess what? Because of spam compliance, I'll bet you have an opt-out button, a link as well. Yep. So don't worry, but so I love how people feel like, well, I'm not going to do that because you might send me an email. I get emails 4,000 billion times a day. I can hit delete or unsubscribe. So let's not be ashamed at the fact that I want to help educate you on this wonderful opportunity.
For sure. And it's because this is what we do for clients. We build these systems for clients. So they already know this stuff. They know about upsells. They know downsells and funnels. And so, that's beknowntoday.com. And we can schedule a quick chat. It's literally called a quick chat. Spend some time together and talk about ways that you can grow, and maybe we can help you too.
Awesome. Well, Daniel, thank you so much for your time. It was really fun talking with you. I've really appreciated your way of you doing business. So it's really an
Thank
honor
you.
to talk with you, and I love your business model.
Thank you, Mike. It was a pleasure.
You've been listening to Influential Entrepreneurs with Mike Saunders. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or listen to past episodes, visit www.influentialentrepreneursradio.com.